Warning, life is not a fairy tale. Do not assume that everyone was raised with supportive parents. Please keep that in mind while watching this video. I share these topics to open people's eyes. Subscribe if you are interested in more topics like this. Topic: Stop assuming all people had beautiful childhoods. Rant/vent. This is my first time posting in this group. I didn't know what a narcissistic parent was until I came across a post here by accident. Oh god, if I feel related. So just a little background on my story. I'm the daughter of a single mom, and when I was a baby she left me with my grandparents. They were already old and very strict, and as I was a girl, they kept telling me how I was gonna end the same as my mom. Anyway, I'm not here to complain about them. I love them, and at the end they were doing their best raising a baby on their 60s. But my mom, even when I didn't live with her, she made sure to make my life miserable. She enjoyed humiliating me, calling me names, and made me look like a bad kid, so my grandparents would punish me. So as you can guess, my childhood wasn't the best. Fortunately I cut communication with her years ago, and after tons of therapy, I'm doing okay. So yesterday, I decided to attend an online workshop to help me with my writing. I'm a graduate student, and I'm trying to complete my dissertation. While attending this meeting, a psychologist from the university asked us to do a small relaxation exercise before getting to write. I was in a great mood and said yes, why not? Well, he played a video about the 5-finger relaxation technique. You can Google it, and the first step was to think about the best memory of your childhood that you could think of. That just triggered me. It kept going, even giving examples like how your parents celebrated you on any accomplishment, how they took you to the park and played with you, how many times they said they loved you. I started crying. I was such in a good mood and that just ruined my day. At the end of the video, the psychologist said to the group that he hoped that helped us relax. I wanted to punch him in the face. I'm sorry, I just wanted to vent. I now know that I need to stop saying sorry for everything. This is an automated message posted to all posts in this subreddit with some basic information about the group, including, very importantly, rules. Why are you getting this message? Most people seem to not read the sidebar for information or the rules, so it is now being posted under all posts. Confused about acronyms or terminology? Click here. Need info or resources? Check out our helpful links for information on how to deal with identity theft, how to get independent of your N-parents, how to apply for FAFSA, how to identify N-parents, and so much more. This is a reminder to all participants, RBN is a support group that is moderated very strictly. Please report inappropriate content, so it can be reviewed by the mods. Our rules include, but are not limited to, no politics, advising anyone in this subreddit to commit suicide, or referring anyone to groups that advocate this will result in an immediate ban. Be nice. No personal attacks, name calling, or bullying. No slurs or victim blaming. Do not derail the posts of others. Narcissists are not allowed to post or comment here. Please refrain from posting uplifting threads. When you comment/post, assume a context of abuse. No asking or offering gifts, money, etc. No content advocating violence, revenge, murder, even in jest. No content about kids. No diagnosis by media/drive-by diagnosis. No linking to Facebook pages. No direct linking to anywhere on Reddit. No pure image posts. For a full list of our rules/more information, click here. I'm a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit if you have any questions or concerns. I hate that of course everybody loved their golden childhood thing. That makes you feel weird and embarrassed because your childhood wasn't fun-filled theme parks and ice cream and riding your bike till sunset then home for dinner. It was hiding in your room till the house was empty and you could breathe again and trying to make yourself as small and invisible as possible to avoid attention. OMG this. I spent my entire childhood being small and uncomfortable, to not add to the drama my parents created. I hate them so much for fighting the entire time I was growing up. It affected me professionally. I'm 33, and I still struggle with speaking up, voicing my opinion, or having any confrontational exchange with another person. I didn't get what I was like till this comment. It just hit me. They made fun of me for playing games in my room when in reality I didn't want to make the situation worse by being involved. I already knew I did it to escape for myself, but there was that little bit of selflessness too. We were expected to write a personal piece for National 5 English. My teacher told the class that if you couldn't think of anything, try going for a happy memory from your childhood. The fact I couldn't think of anything just broke me. Ended up doing it on the hearing, where I got a back quote no direct contact order for my mother. I'm sorry. People forget not everyone had a happy childhood. And just because they have a few good times doesn't mean it was a happy childhood. Try to find something to relax you. Also, I totally relate to not apologize for everything. I'm in shock that a trained, certified psychologist would make such an incredible blunder. How utterly insensitive. Everyone around you is complaining about how they miss their lovely childhood and hate being an adult, while you would trade anything to make your childhood not happen again. Subscribe if you are interested in more topics like this. Yeah, my childhood after my younger and baby sister were born weren't the best, especially since they were favorites and allowed to do whatever they wanted. I've lost many things due to them, especially because my younger sister's, at the time, secret boyfriend convinced her to steal my CD case. It was before downloading music was a thing. With music I spent 3 years searching for, only for him to sell it for stupid reasons. And when I tried to get my parents involved, they would say you can always get the music back, just look for them at that library. What they didn't realize what half the CDs were soundtracks, and most of them either got stolen by the previous person that checked them out, or were beyond repair. My baby sister would always demand things that I had, especially if they looked fancy. First example, a lost locket I found at school. I wore it home and forgot to tuck it away, and she saw it, demands I hand it over. I refused, so she made a huge fuss over it, and our parents forced me to hand it over. Cause I can always get another one, without hearing me out, that I just found it at school. Seconds later I see my baby sister gnawing on the locket like it's candy. I scream at her not to do that cause she'll break it. She ignores me and runs away to her room. A couple hours later she wants into my room and throws the now broken locket on the floor, saying you can have it back now. I don't want it anymore. I saw red and wanted to hit her, but our parents were in line of sight and would have punished me for hitting her. I mourned the locket, but eventually throw it out. Years later a close friend of mine asked me to go shopping with her on her birthday along with 3 of our other friends. My parents bitched about my friends being bad women. They never want to meet them face to face, but will judge them from afar. But luckily let me go with them, and we mainly go buy jewelry or other things that we liked. I get home and was showing our mom the jewelry I bought. Then my baby sister walks over and says while pointing, I want that and this one. Because it's colorful and pretty you can keep the rest, they're ugly and stupid. I refused to let her touch any of them, grabbed them, ran to my room, and proceeded to find a good hiding spot high enough that she can't reach or find them. She later ransacked my room trying to find them and throw a major tantrum until our parents took her to get her own jewelry to calm her spoiled ass down. Jesus, this story makes my blood boil. The worst part is that she probably only acted this way cause your parents allowed it to happen, showing zero concern for you and your needs, or even all the long-term needs of your sister. I will never understand how parents can make missteps of this size. God, that sucks. I totally relate to you because of this. I've never had anything quite that bad, but I've had similar experiences of trying to think about my parents or my childhood as an adult. I'm also told somewhat often you look just like your mama with a smile, and I always feel like punching them. Gosh, that's really rough. I hear that. And your I need to stop saying sorry all the time at the end gets me. Mine is saying thank you constantly. I started noticing it last week when I went camping with a friend. Thank you for waiting for me. Thank you for sharing your water. Thank you again. I was saying thank you for this and that all weekend. It feels like. Lol, I could imagine if it starts to annoy some of my friends, but they know where I'm coming from. Once I noticed it, it really got me thinking about how I just cannot stop thanking others for really the absolute bare minimum of their kindness. Subscribe if you are interested in more topics like this. This is so true. They could have just said think of a wonderful time in your life. I'm a refugee and my childhood also sucked quite a bit. Parents with lots of undiagnosed mental health issues. My dad asked me once what good things I remembered about my childhood, and I said nothing. He was so shocked. I told him I could only remember the bad stuff, so it was better not to remember any of it. I was 24 years old. For every good memory he brought up I would then say but then. He was so frustrated. I paid for it when I got gaslit, but the bliss of that truth was awesome. My only good memories were with my brother and sister away from my parents, and I'm so grateful for those. Thank you op. I totally agree. I was in a chat and they were talking about how all parents think their kids are beautiful. I mentioned how my father didn't, and he made sure to tell me that all the time. Everyone started telling me how he didn't mean it, they were sure I'd misunderstood, I was probably remembering wrong, etc. I just wanted to scream. I know what he said. I carry those scars with me every day. I'm so apprehensive about so many things that could bring us old stuff like this. Like work events, where people are trying to make conversion stupid hours exercises and stuff. I'm sorry your good mood got ruined. That guy is a therapist, surely he must know better. I absolutely hate the attitude people with good parents have, that absolutely everyone has to have perfect parents and a great childhood. Literally every time I try to tell somebody that I'm depressed and need to get out of my house they tell me to shut up because my teenage years will be my best and I will be sad once I move out of my Orina's house. Which is plain wrong. I lived with a host family for a year and it was the best time of my life. I loved being away and my mental health was amazing. I find the childhood thing that's popular around the internet culture to be somewhat sick. Not as sick as the people at this program that I had to attend saying that they enjoyed going under before surgery because it made them forget about their problems. It's like a Freudian thing that people just spout because it's a component of their culture. I'm not even into calling everything culture. I just had to spend time around the nerd culture to get away from my parents from time and time, and it made me feel so ill. I had told a friend of mine from the time how much cartoons had left me feeling traumatized. I was talking about how I had really hated watching those things while under so much depression. Also, I didn't understand my classmates. All their commercial obsessions were freaking me out. So my friend had said yeah, everyone loved cartoons during their childhood. That was because what he knows is his internet/nerd culture. He then told me you decided to be traumatized by cartoons. In a questioning tone, I ended up lashing out at my old crew something fierce, and it landed me in prison for 35 days. My old crew was spouting the exact same stuff as when I was in school. Now, I live in my own apartment, and there's no teacher or whoever else trying to organize happiness out of people. It's nice. Hey guys. All hail Reddit here. Please subscribe.